Mm-hmm. But I got muscles though. I know how to fight. Not a lot. And what's good, y'all? Welcome to the Wrestling Talk Universal, y'all. I'm your host, Saul, man. Welcome. We'll get into the tea a little bit later, but I'll let everyone introduce themselves. So, who's this one behind the camera?
Yeah, y'all know me. It's your boy Tay Deontay, the nostalgia merchant. Yeah. This ain't my first time here. Y'all know who I am. Y'all should know who I am by now. But if you don't, NBA Teo 2, NBA Tay Talks Wrestling on TikTok. Got a YouTube channel. Go subscribe to it. Got a really fun podcast that I do with this knucklehead on the side of me over here, where he be saying shit and pissing me off. But yeah. But yeah, go subscribe to the YouTube, watch the podcast. We might be recording another podcast tonight. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. And we want Cody.
Boo! 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 But who are you, man?
What's up, y'all? I am Anthony, Ringsider Anthony on TikTok. You can also catch me every Thursday on the Wrestling for Life Network on YouTube as we cover TNA Impact.
I love it. Hey, we love TNA over here, guys. Let's be clear, guys.
Also speaking of, we want Scott. We want Scott.
We want Scott. No. I want Nick Nemeth. That's what I want.
Yeah, they have Nick
Nemeth. Shout out to Renee. But let's get into it, guys. So let's recap. So last weekend, obviously, The Rock returned. What you guys thought? Because I geeked at first. I didn't think something was gonna happen like that. But what did you guys think?
See, me when I first started, I as soon as Cody said, "But not a WrestleMania," I knew exactly what the fuck was about to happen. And the crazy part is, I don't hate The Rock. I love The Rock. He's one of my all-time favorites. It's just now is not the right time to do this shit, bro. Bad timing is everything in wrestling, and this was just very bad time. I would love to see Rock versus Rock. I'm not stupid. I would love to see Rock. Just not at the expense of Cody Rhodes and not this year, because Cody don't deserve that.
Yeah.
What about you? I mean, for me, it didn't bother me at one bit. Every time I see The Rock, I'm always pop.
Yeah,
that's kind of what it is. So even when Cody Rhodes was like, I'm not facing you at WrestleMania, it's somebody else for you, and it's going to be, and then The Rock came out, it didn't faze me one bit. I wanted to see The Rock versus Roman Reigns. So if it was going to happen at WrestleMania, it wasn't going to faze me. I was going to be there watching it, excited just like a little kid.
Yeah, same
I'm
thing.
the same way. I would have watched the match, obviously, because it's Rock and Roman, but I just feel like they were like, "Oh, Cody can wait. Why can't The Rock wait?" Yep. Right. Plus, he keeps saying he's a long gamer. Well, 2 months is not exactly a long game.
Well, we're gonna get to that part because it wasn't done. Like we did not get past like 24 hours of what just happened, right? So like we just saw social media buzzing. What did you guys think when you saw that buzzing?
I ain't gonna lie. I was expecting fans to be pissed, but I was not expecting that. Like when Roman fans can agree that this was a terrible decision, you know it was a terrible decision. Right. I saw Roman fans agreeing with this.
I was one of them.
I was actually kind of shocked from the outpouring from the WWE universe. I was kind of shocked. I was like, I wasn't expecting this much backlash. I think I was actually more shocked about the hatred towards The Rock, because it was straight hatred. People say they hated him. He sucked. all these other things.
Rocky
So I was,
sucked.
yeah, I was actually pretty shocked that kind of transpired after SmackDown.
Like I wasn't expecting it either, me personally, but like I thought, possibility as like maybe they're still interested, but no, they were cheering them on the day that it happened, but then the next day we had this we want Cody move it, and y'all know. Y'all know how I feel about Cody Rhodes. Obviously, y'all know I don't like. I
Yeah,
don't
Cody
like.
Rhodes ran over his dog, people. He ran over his dog. If you didn't know.
But I did agree.
At least the way he talks about it.
This dude thinks I talk like he killed my own dog.
No, the way he talks about Cody, you would think Cody just smacked his dog or something. Smacked his
but deep down, I do, but it's just all the passion. Let's be clear, you wouldn't. I know you say you don't hate on no one tag, but tell me you wouldn't. You haven't bashed on somebody that you did not like in wrestling.
Here's the thing: it's not a lot of people that I don't like. It's not a lot of people that I dislike in wrestling. Like I don't even dislike Roman Reigns. I've said that multiple times. When Roman became the tribal chief, I was his biggest fan because I've been wanting him to turn heel for the longest time. I started to grow sour on the lane once the whole Brock Lesnar shit, unifying the title shit happened. Mm-hmm. That's when I started to be like, okay, they need to end this shit, and it has gone on for too long.
But anyway, it was not fair. But at the same time, I knew what they were doing. You guys know what was going on before this was all going down. We all know what was going on outside of WWE. We all know about the allegations. If you know, you know. If you don't know, go search. Go do your research of what just.
Long story short, Vince is a hornball.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that too. But that's what in my eyes. Did you guys think it was a distraction? Because I literally said, "Oh, I know what you guys are doing." And I'm like, "You're
yes, it's 100% a distraction." They wanted everybody to stop talking about the Vince shit and start talking about this shit, and it kind of worked. And it worked.
And it worked.
I don't see it that way. I didn't see it as a distraction because just as many people I saw talk about Cody Rhodes, I did see people still talk about the allegations. Even the tweets that said, or in videos that said this is a distraction from the real issues, it's technically not a distraction if you're talking about it being a distraction. So to me, I felt like it might have been talked about less in the past couple of days, in the past 5 to 7 days, but it was still out there, and there were new things being reported each and every day. And if you were paying attention to it was out there. I think it was a distraction more towards the children. I mean, WWE is geared towards kids, and that's a prime target and audience for them. I think it was a more distraction for the kids to get their minds off of it more than people our age and older.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that you know what, I might agree with that. But at the same time, I'm also like, I was distracted as an adult now. Come on, man. But also. We had to go to Monday Night Raw, so we want Cody movement still trying to. But also, we want Rocky. Hashtag we want Rocky thing was trending for some reason. I think it's just they were trolling.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, they were.
That was hilarious.
But then we went to Monday. They were chanting, "We want Cody," and they just did to get it out of their system, right? And then all of a sudden, there's a few times where they silenced it of saying, "We want Cody."
Yes. During the main event, they were chanting "Rocky sucks," right? And they were like, they muted that shit.
Yeah, that's what also I thought was like, this is really bad. And all of a sudden, Cody started the tweet saying, "Trust me, I got this," type of way. Like this, he appreciated the passion that some Cody fans had. So basically, what I'm seeing is he's basically telling you guys to chill out, calm down. I got this. Like, I still haven't made my decision yet. Like, yeah. And also, what's not cool is, what did you guys think when you guys saw when pretty much all sides, Roman, Cody, and The Rock, got threats, especially The Rock's daughter? What did you guys think?
The Rock's daughter getting threats, that shit wasn't cool. And also, I'm not talking about you, Saul, I'm talking about everybody else. Stop lumping all Cody fans into one. Not all Cody fans are
And I
sending
wasn't.
death threats to that. That's why I said not you. So I
Yeah.
said not you. Like the ones that were sending death threats to the Rock's daughter, those are not Cody fans. Those are just ignorant a-holes who taking a storyline way too serious.
Right.
And to those who are wishing Luke for Roman's fucking cancer to come back,
That's
what is wrong
disgusting.
with you?
That is
And then
disgusting.
I seen on a comment on one of my mutual videos, they said they wish it was Cody that went instead of Bray. I don't care how much you dislike somebody, wishing death on anybody is not cool at all.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
And y'all know how I feel about Cody Rhodes. I don't wish death upon the guy at all.
Yeah,
Like I
y'all know
don't.
how I feel about Roman Reigns, but there's a difference between the character and the person. I'll give
Exactly.
you that. Roman Reigns, I can't stand it. But Joe
Joe.
and the wife, Joe, that is a good dude.
Right.
Yeah.
I would never.
There's a point where I think fans, and I'm not gonna say fans of all types of groups of entertainment, but wrestling fans, they take it way too far.
Yeah.
Imagine being sending death threats to the cast of Law and Order SVU because you didn't like the newest episode.
Right.
Like, imagine that. Imagine
Yeah.
sending the cast death threats. It was uncalled for. I didn't even know why people hated Roman for it.
He didn't
Roman,
do nothing.
he didn't do
He just said
anything.
that.
Yeah,
He just
Roman
said
didn't even
that.
do nothing. Roman didn't even do nothing. So I don't even know why
Roman
niggas.
didn't do anything, and it was like,
And
so
there's
we
no
hate Roman now too. Like
And then you
the
got
fans were
Roman fans. And
just
then you got
like,
Roman fans coming for Cody and sending him threats too.
right.
Yeah, they defended
Like
him
that
to
shit
his
ain't
dog. They
cool.
threatened to kill his dog. They threatened like his wife and stuff. I'm like,
That's
why you?
not like none of that. I don't care how much you dislike it. That shit ain't cool. Also, what did Sami Zayn do? Why was they coming for Sami Zayn? That man ain't
Even
do nothing.
wrestlers spoke out. Even wrestlers told you guys to like chill out.
Chill out.
Sami Zayn, like bro, Sami Zayn spoke to you. He was like, "We got bigger things to worry about." He was talking about the Palestine shit, and everybody just came for his neck. He was telling the truth. Sami
Even
Zayn ain't do a
Ricochet,
goddamn thing.
even Ricochet came out too about like speaking about it, and that's a mid Carter in the WWE. He's telling you straight up, like, guys, you guys are taking this way too. It's not that deep,
Like
you know.
I get it. We all hate it. It was a stupid decision, but at the end of the day, it's all wrestling. It's a scripted sport where people
Yeah,
pretend to hit each other.
it's
It ain't that deep.
predetermined. It's predetermined. Remember, we always use those words. We always use those words. We don't use script. We can use scripted, but we don't use fake. We don't use that word. We just use it's predetermined. It's scripted. It's choreographic. That's what I tell people all the time.
And it's not it's not like, and before we move on, it's not like the first time wrestling fans have bullied somebody off of Twitter. Like I don't know if you guys know the actress Kat Dennings, but she was bullied off of Twitter because she said she thinks she likes WWE, and all the AEW folks bombarded her comments, and now
And
she's
that's
no
enough.
longer on Twitter.
And that's another thing.
It's different. It's definitely the wrestling community and the wrestling fans that go a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Stop with this stupid ass WWE versus AEW shit. It's so dumb. WWE fans being toxic to AEW fans, it's stupid.
Let me
Mhm.
ask this: not all of us, but are we worse than football fans or soccer fans? Are we
Yes.
worse than them? Like,
Yes.
are we giving each other a bad name for some reason? I don't understand.
Wrestling fans give wrestling a bad name.
Yeah. And
Wrestling fans hate wrestling. That's what it is. Wrestling fans, for some reason, hate professional wrestling, and I don't understand it. It's like wrestling is set higher as a higher regard than any other form of entertainment on television, and I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
This is why people talk about wrestling the way they do, because you got idiotic ass fans.
Mm-hmm.
And you got some people that have big egos about it too, thinking that they know it all, but then they don't. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know everything. I have some predictions, but I don't know it all because I'm not at the company. I don't work for the company, but I have some type of predictions that it might.
I'm glad you said that. So speaking of, can we stop talking about how The Rock was winning with a big money match when none of us are making money from the shit? None of us are making money from it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think that was like one of the dumbest comments going around saying that it's a money match when you're actually
Right.
paying for them to have that
Facts.
match.
We're
So
paying
it's
taking-
them.
like, you know,
We're paying
I-
them to have the match.
exactly.
Like-
You know, I think I rephrased it by saying it's like it's a big match because it is. It's a big match.
It's a big match.
WWE history. But if I'm not seeing a paycheck, why am I calling it a big money match?
Yeah, like why would I
What
care?
am I calling it? Hey, listen. I mean, hey, I always tell people. I said there's wrestlers I don't like, but yet I'm still paying them to see them to wrestle. I don't like them, but I'm
Right.
still paying them.
Yeah.
That's where. Yeah,
they're
if anything-
taking our money, and we're not
Yeah.
taking theirs.
Yeah,
Right.
they go, oh, I like this person. I'm like, well, you're still paying that person that you're watching still. Like, and I'm like, oh, I don't like Ronda Rousey. You're still paying her. You know, you don't like her, but you're still paying her. You know,
Mhm.
I don't like Charlotte Flair, but yeah, I still go see the shows, and she's on the card. So, yes, Anthony, I'm still on the train. I've been running
You're on the
I've been
Charlotte
running
hate train.
Hey, look. I ain't gonna lie. After seeing her work of it, I've gained a little bit of respect for her.
As a
little
wrestler,
bit.
I gained a lot of respect, but still, the promos, I'm just like,
But it's
I
also the
love
same. But it's also the same thing with as woman. Charlotte Flair can't stand her. Actually, I think her name is. I love
Yeah.
her. She's a cool girl.
Yeah, but also let's talk about the press. What did you guys thought of the whole thing, of like the whole press?
Okay, I was not expecting it to go the way it did. Like The Rock
Mhm.
slapping the shit out of Cody. I was not
Well,
expecting.
that had to
Cody-
be unscripted. That had to
You
be.
better hope it wasn't, because it let The Rock didn't get full force. Because if The Rock would have gotten like full force slapping, Cody would have not gotten up. You know, like I was not expecting it.
He used
It
the
was-
tip of his fingers. That way he didn't knock him out.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was not expecting. Also, Cody came out and said, "This is bullshit."
Yeah.
That
Like,
was
Cody,
good.
Cody came out and cooked both of them. He was cooking. I ain't gonna lie, he was cooking. He said, "Why does it matter when you two have done none of the cooking for 2 years?"
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
bro was out there cooking, bro.
I like
then-
that it was a little edgier. I feel like it gave us like maybe a little foreshadowing of what's to come when WWE Monday Night Raw hits Netflix next year. Because like that was the first thing Cody came out and said, "This is BS," and I was like, "Yeah, we can get a little swearing back."
So when we go to Netflix, is it possible we might get TV-14 content on?
I hope so, because I cannot stand the PG.
Because there's times where we're gonna have to go PG for the children too. Sometimes, because remember, we have children viewers.
I think, and I've talked about it with a couple of my friends. I believe you can stay PG, but have a slight edgier product with it.
Yeah, you can like.
You can push the envelope to PG just a tad bit without going to that TV-14 level. Now, I'm not saying I don't want TV-14, because if they decide to do that, lovely. But if you watch TNA in a bit, TNA, even though they are, I believe, rated TV-14, they produce somewhat of a TV PG product, but they kind of push the envelope a little bit too with certain matches and certain storylines. So I think WWE could definitely do the same thing with Monday Night Raw being on Netflix.
Yeah,
I would love to see it. Honestly,
that's the same thing. AEW does the same thing, but they try to keep it PG, considering that they're on a.
I don't know. AEW is not PG. We've seen some crazy-ish in that company.
He called Tony a mark. He called him an F and mark.
We saw a man get body slammed on a bed of nails.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this was technically on pay-per-view, but even the blood spot with, was it Hangman Adam Page drinking Swerve's blood? Like,
we saw a man get hung from the rope on live TV.
Which in turn, that
see that
blood spot didn't bother me.
Hey, Anthony, did y'all see that TikTok of when Swerve was trying to hang Heyman? This one career says, "Do it, hang him up." There's this one video on TikTok. I'm telling you, there's that one video. It's like, how can I say this without getting canceled? It's like, how can I say it? Fuck, I can't say.
Is it something that we can? Is it something that we can say?
Possibly, yeah. I hope you know what it is, Ted.
Is it the N-word?
Yeah. yes.
No, no.
Yeah.
Well, it is Black History Month.
But the press event, what did you think, Anthony, what did you think
I
about
I didn't think it was gonna go as long as it did because I think it went about an hour and 10 minutes. But
Mhm.
I really enjoyed it. The one little disappointment I had was I really felt like Bailey should have been a part of it.
For
Yeah,
sure.
It's the
seriously.
WrestleMania press conference. And I actually made a video about it on TikTok. And I wasn't really complaining, but I'm like, she won the Women's Royal Rumble. Her match is already set. Could we have some type of Bailey appearance? And
They ain't,
apparently I complain. So
You got
which
called
didn't
yeah.
make sense to me because
You
I'm
got
like, I made
she
one
won the
video
Rumble.
stating
She
that
won.
I think Bailey should be a part of it, but y'all made countless videos over the past 7 days about how you wanted Cody.
I
I
think
don't,
I think it's because they wanted like Bianca and like Becky to be there because they're
Look,
no disrespect because I love Bailey to death, but I think because Bianca and Becky are like the mega stars of the women's division, and Bailey they're still used to Bailey being like in the sea in the ocean, like she's not gonna come out like a dolphin and just do the splash thing or whatever, like because they're used to
I understand that, but at the same time, she did win the Rumble. She should have at least been on the poster. Like they released the WrestleMania poster. It was Cody on one poster and Bianca on the other. Look, I love Bianca.
exactly
I
for the
love
road to
Bianca to death.
WrestleMania. Yeah,
I love Bianca to death, but that should be big. That and I'm going to say it. Bailey and Io is better man than night one of WrestleMania.
Hey, and I saw that tweet when you said, "Am I the only one that doesn't want to see Becky Rhea?" And I was like, "Oh
You're not the
man,
only one. You're
I
not the
don't
only
want to
one.
see. Yeah, I don't want to see Becky and Rhea. I don't
it's gonna
think.
be a good match." But
I
like,
mean,
Yeah.
it's going to be a good match, and it's big. It's a big match, but I'm like, I feel like Liv should have that spot. I feel like
Thank
I
you.
would
Thank
I
rather
you.
agree.
Liv
I
is
agree.
one, and my big second, if they weren't doing this match at Elimination Chamber, would be Nia Jax because that woman
I,
has proved herself over the past like 6 to 7 months.
I
So
agree.
I don't know.
I think it's
See,
because no disrespect. I think it's because Becky's like Charlotte Flair level. That's why. That's
and
the
I think they go on the same route they go with like Rock and Rumble because it's the bigger money match. They going with the big money match over storytelling, kind of like how they did with Rock and Roman. But like storytelling wise, Liv makes the most sense.
the
Right.
only
Liv
way
makes
you
the
can
most
probably
sense.
get Liv into it is I don't know how. I don't like triple threats, but you have to find a way to get her in that match, regardless.
Liv deserves like because people be forgetting that Liv Rhea is the reason why Liv was out in the first place.
Yeah,
Mhm.
It makes more sense for her to go after her than
agree.
Becky does.
Yeah, Beck. But another thing is we can't leave Becky out of Mania. What is she gonna do? Because she ain't
She
gonna
can
go back.
she can do anything else.
She can do
She can
anything else.
hell have her face Jay
You can bring
Cargill.
Jaden to work with her.
Yeah,
You
Jay
can
Cargill.
Right. Yeah, you can run back if you wanted to. You can run back Nia and Becky at WrestleMania. There's
But
there's opportunities for Becky Lynch being a big star. You can run back Becky and Tiffany if you wanted to at WrestleMania.
oh,
That
I
would be
like.
a
You
good
know,
match for Tiffany too to showcase her on
They
her.
had a
exactly.
good street fight. They had a good street fight. I will give you
Right.
guys that.
So
I
it's like
one thing,
you can do a lot of things with Becky Lynch. I just don't think and I've said this about Charlotte. I don't think she just needs to be in the title picture all the time, you know.
Yeah, like that's my main issue. And I love Becky Lynch, but like she don't need to always be in touch. That's why I can't stand Charlotte Flair because she's
the other thing
always in
is
the title picture.
when she was the NXT champion, I was like, she wasn't even chasing the title for like 2 or 3 years. Like I don't know. I don't understand why you
The
guys are
only
going.
reason she became no, they even did it because Tiffany accidentally mentioned that she was a former NXT champion. They literally that's the only reason they did that.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, but another thing is back to Rock and Roman. Like I have to say, will we build this up for a whole year? You think Rock can do one final run before he decides to?
Yes, a dream match of this caliber, they have to go the Cena and Rock Roll. Well, they announced the match a year prior and spent the
And
whole
can
year
Rock be healthy?
building it up.
And can Dwayne be healthy though? That's the other thing about it.
Yes, I'm pretty. He ain't got to do a lot of wrestling because remember, in the Cena Rock thing, he didn't do a lot of wrestling. He had like I want to say one match before that match happened.
Mm-hmm.
One match.
What about
He
you,
ain't got to do a lot of wrestling. And
I
then
don't Yeah, I don't see why they can't build this over a year. I don't know if The Rock is going to immediately do anything with acting. It doesn't seem like he's been acting recently lately, anyway. And then he has the stuff with that not the wrestling promotion, the football, promotion that he has. I don't see why The Rock can't run. And now he's on the board, so he's on the board of directors.
It's also because the reason why he's not acting as much is because, because we just got done having a strike for the actors. That's another thing about it. And then I will say Rock wants to be in the best in-ring shape as possible. He can, like I said, he's been in this business for a long time. He probably knows his way around to get back into the ring.
I'm pretty sure that man is built like a goddamn boulder. Of course he can.
Hey, he was one of my inspirations. He was the reason why I wanted to be a big muscle dude. He's one of the reasons.
Yeah, Rock and Roman can definitely wait here because a dream match of this caliber should be tough. They should be the only thing on the line. That's why they chose the wrong time to do it this year because not only did you ruin Cody's momentum, but you also simultaneously ruined the biggest dream match in 10 years trying to do it this soon. And you could have built it up for a year and made it even bigger by the time we got to WrestleMania 41.
Yeah. Now, I have to ask this to you guys. Hang on, I can show it. Come on. It's what Roman versus Cody prediction. What at WrestleMania? What are you expecting?
I'm expecting
this is another unpredictable like last time.
I don't think it's unpredictable because it just to me it just doesn't make sense for Cody to lose. It does not make sense because that means everything going up to this point. The whole adversity shit, the side mission with the judgment, all of it was pointless. Him losing again would make zero sense. And Roman being champion past WrestleMania 40, it does nothing for no one involved. So just let Cody win, let him finish the story, and then do the Rock and Roman thing.
What about you, Anthony? What do you think? What's your
I don't want to speak too early, but I do feel like Cody is going to win, but I don't feel like Cody is going to win on his own. Yeah. And you're probably thinking, what do I mean? I don't think The Rock is really on Roman Reigns' side. I think that The Rock is going to turn on Roman Reigns and cost him the title at WrestleMania to set up their WrestleMania match at 41.
Because Rock
that's what I want.
He was there to make Cody the biggest babyface ever. He said that's the reason why he's there too.
And then you also have to pay attention to what Cody said last Friday on SmackDown. He said, "I want to take everything away from you. The only thing Cody can't take away is the title of Tribal Chief." So what does he do? He ends in cahoots with The Rock. The Rock helps him with the title, so The Rock can get his match at 41 to potentially take away the title of Tribal Chief. That's what I think.
And plus, Roman and Rock don't need the title anyway, so you can.
I told Phil, if Cody finishes the story, I'm sticking my hand out for congrats. You guys won.
No, you are doing the woe. You are doing the woe.
I respectfully, I accepted defeat. I said I would have and I accepted defeat. And this man wants me to.
You're doing the woe. I will be in Philly. I will come whatever sex you wear. I'm gonna come find you, and I will. If I gotta grab your arms and make you do it, I will do
it. So Anthony, this is what they're trying to do. So they want me to just enjoy this finish that I can't stand this guy, right? Phil says I'm going to do this and just be like, look the finish, look at it. That's what
you're going to look at it and you're going to like it.
Hey, over here says that he's going to tape my arms to the freaking seat so that way I don't try to leave. And I'm trying to find a way to keep Roman to retain.
No, you're not.
I'm just going to lift the Lincoln Stadium just to see if he can. I'm like, hit the spear, go. And I hear it still, or I'm going to put it down.
And everyone that said it's going to come out and just.
I just want chaos. I just want to see what happens if Roman does actually.
My thing is though. So look at this from a biased perspective. I mean, a non-biased perspective. Say for instance, Roman Reigns. Then what?
Then what?
Then what?
Extend the story, extend to finish the story, and have Survivor Series.
No, no, you can't keep extending the story. You can't keep doing that because eventually people aren't gonna care anymore. They're lucky people still care about it to the point where they have to.
Because when I saw Vegas, they were booing. There were some boos for everybody.
That's one. That's one crowd. So every other city was on Cody's side.
I think you can write another chapter to this story. I think so. I really think you can squeeze a couple of more months out of this.
I think so too. That's why I said. If Rock doesn't turn on Roman, if Rock, say Jimmy and Jimmy and Solo's going to get involved, right? And Jay's going to try and help Cody because he's trying, and then Roman's going to look him dead in the face still, because Cody's down, blah blah blah, right? All of a sudden, you're thinking Rock's he's gonna, how you stare for the moment, like you stare at you like that stare down or whatever, like they did when they first encountered. They're gonna do it again. Roman's thinking like Rock's gonna turn on, but then he's gonna turn around. Rock bottoms Cody, and then Roman tries to do one final spear, but this time he's gonna run twice by the ropes and just hit him with the spear. 1, 2, 3. We still have a champion, but the story's not over yet. Like I said, you go to Madison Square Garden. That's for Survivor Series, right? This is the trilogy, right? You need to tell. Cody needs to say along the lines of, "If I can't beat you, maybe I'm not good enough to be in WWE," even though he's already under contract. So I say you let him finish the story. Have the same stipulation like his dad. The steel cage match, no bloodline or whatever. Rock's gonna find his way in, right? Rock's gonna find his way into that cage match. Finally turns on Roman. Then we get the match. What are we thinking?
I don't hate it, but at the same time, it's like I don't hate it, but at the same time, I just don't feel like Roman. I just don't feel like Roman should just be champion.
I think some people are just joining the Cody ride because they just don't want Roman anymore. That's why. That's one of my biggest reasons. That's
can you blame him?
Fickle. I'm like,
can you blame him though?
Yeah.
But can you blame him though? He's been champion for almost half a decade. That's kind of crazy.
But it's goated though. It's like Triple H all over again.
that wasn't a good time either.
That was a good time for me.
I mean, for me, with Roman Reigns, it doesn't matter. I mean, he can hold the title until 2026. I'm gonna be all right. So,
and Anthony has a story why he's always going to stand by Roman. And if you're not seen it, Tay, I suggest go back and he will tell you a good story of why Anthony likes Roman Reigns, and he'll forever never say anything negative about Roman Reigns unless it's for a reason.
See, the thing is, I don't even hate Roman. I've said I don't even hate the guy. I respect the guy. When he first became a champion, I love him.
You just kind of tired of seeing him being champion.
Yeah,
and also
that's how I'm pretty sure that's how I felt about Cena in the past.
See, his thing. What ruined it for me was the goddamn unification. That is what ruined it for me. Then he stopped showing up, and then we kept getting the same predictable matches. Every single match. It's the same predictable shit. Bloodline interference.
Me and Anthony saw Clash of the Castle. We thought Drew was the closest one before.
He should have. I stand by this. Drew should have won.
That Claymore kick, I thought it was it. I thought he was going to get that moment finally. I thought Drew was going to do that. By the way, speaking of Drew, what do you think about this heel run of Drew? Because I am loving every second of it.
Oh, he's cooking. He is a straight menace, and I love it.
Bro says, I prayed for this, and it happened to CM Punk. I'm like, bro. I'm like, no.
Bro is a menace.
I literally used that line on my coworker this past week.
I prayed for this, and it happened.
I did, because she's like, I'm a teller. I'm actually like the head teller, so I'm over like 4 tellers, and I'm always the head teller. I'm always out of balance for some reason. So this was the week she was out of balance for like the first time ever. And I was like, I prayed for this and it happened. And she busted out laughing.
Let me ask this to
Bro
you.
was waiting on that moment.
Wait, do you use wrestling phrases out when you're out when you're at your job or something? Like, do you say yeah or yeet or something in your not out loud, but sometimes in your mind? No.
Oh, in
I
my
say
head, maybe in my head, but out loud, no. I kind of think that's weird.
I just got
I
done teaching my coworkers how to say yeah. I just got done doing that.
I definitely say yeet in my head from time to time.
Yeah, but I do say yeet. I do say yeet. Some like yeet, but then when they tell me something bad, I'm like, no yeet. That's when I'm. That's what that's wrestling changes your life forever. I just got done telling my mom, was like, you have no idea how popular wrestling has gotten. I even told my brother the same thing. Like, wrestling is on a level that it hasn't been for a
In
long
years.
time. You know,
Mhm.
like let me ask this to you guys. Do you tell them that like wrestling has been really good for some been really good for a minute? Like, have you been telling people like, it's good, it's gotten a lot better, type of way?
Yeah, but you all find out that people like, oh, why you still watch that shit?
Because I know
Blah,
Anthony
blah,
tells
blah.
people about TNA. I know he tells people a lot about TNA a lot because
TNA TNA is like it's been underrated for so long.
So long.
for so
Even
long.
when it was Impact, it was underrated.
Like I can
But
understand why.
I've been actually trying to get a specific coworker of mine to watch wrestling. So I showed her little things, told her little things, and I'm like, "You got to watch it." I said, "I think you'll really like it." She actually wound up watching SmackDown yesterday for the first time. She watched all of SmackDown the whole 2 hours, and she
Mhm.
really enjoyed it. So yeah, I've been telling people like wrestling is somewhat back to where it used to be back in the late '90s, early
Yeah,
2000s.
Yeah, like
sure.
it's a big
Yeah.
boom period, man. Like
You don't got Hulk Hogan anymore. You don't got Ric Flair. We got Ric Flair, but he's just not wrestling anymore. He's
Right.
just old. Like, can you go home now? Like, we get it. You're a legend. You paid the waste for us. We get it. Go home. We got this. Like, but
Exactly.
and that goes to show how good WWE is. Like to the fact that they don't need to bring in they didn't need to bring in the Rock, but he's here. Whatever. It is what it is.
oh yeah.
Like they did all of this shit. Like Cody and Roman itself, damn near sold out us.
Hmm.
Mhm. When it comes to Puerto Rico, I still can't get over Puerto Rico. They made that as like they did that like it was like a concert. Bad Bunny came out. That was
I don't
amazing.
give a damn what no one says. No interest will ever touch that. That man
Nothing
turned that arena
unless
into
you're
a
Undertaker.
concert.
Unless you're Undertaker, because
That
that's
That
man,
that Bad Bunny entrance. I mean, that whole crowd, like the entire night, even for the Bianca Belair and who did she fight?
Io.
Io Sky.
Yeah.
That match, like they were. I'll never forget the Puerto Rico crowd. I will never forget that crowd. That
they need
crowd.
to go back to Puerto Rico. That shit was
Yeah.
Anthony, when we went to SummerSlam together, I was telling people that people were looking at me different when Brock was German suplexing Cody. The person in front of us, remember, she was giving
Yeah.
me like, good day, sir. Good day, sir. Like, I've had enough of you. Like, and
she was
Anthony, you didn't know, I turned around. Little kids were looking at me funny. Like,
They
who
were.
invited
they
this
was
guy?
like this dude saw said he was what we said he was at the concession stand or something during Cody distance.
Yeah. I wasn't booing. I wasn't trashing on Cody. You were in that bet, remember, Tay? I wasn't trashing on Cody though.
You were
I
not.
wasn't
You were not. You stuck to your word.
yeah.
I applaud you for sticking with your word. I applaud you for that.
Hey, but I was clapping when he won. I just did this. Really,
Was it a
like,
real clap or a sarcastic clap?
it was a little bit of both.
It was.
Anthony was
It was a mixture. It was a mixture.
yeah. So let me tell you about this. Scott D'Amore getting fired from TNA. What did you guys think of that?
That
was
shit,
ridiculous.
bro, that shit caught me so off guard. And then the reasoning for it is even stupider because he wanted to make
He
TNA a
wanted
bigger
to go
production.
worldwide. He wanted this to go worldwide like he used to. Like,
Yes,
why?
I would love to see TNA run in fucking Madison Square Garden again. I would love to see that because TNA is really underrated. TNA has for so long it's had this stigma about it
It's
for so
basically the Ring
long.
of Honor. It's basically the Ring of Honor now for some reason. I don't
And
know why.
granted, it's kind of fair because TNA, ever since like AJ Styles and all the originals left, it hasn't really been hitting for. So
Yeah.
and I understand that. But once Scott D'Amore took over, he basically saved that company from going out of business.
It's the reason why. It's the reason why
Right.
TNA is back in. He's the reason why
It's
TNA's
back,
back in
yeah.
That's
business.
why I don't understand why they fired him. He's the reason this company is still up and running, been
Yeah.
cooking. Like
And also,
I don't
you
get
might
it.
lose. Another thing is, you might lose your top star. Moose is thinking about leaving.
Yeah, Scott D'Amore, Moose is still there because of Scott D'Amore. Now that he's not there, you might lose your world champion, brother.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I went on a 3 to 5 minute rant on Thursday during our TNA stream because I was highly
I
upset.
saw
I'm
that.
I'm I'm still a little bit salty about it because just like Dante said, I don't understand why. I mean, 5 to 7 years this man has brought a company that was literally dead and built it back up for name value. I mean, and around this company, he built it around Josh Alexander. He built it around Moose, Deanna Perrazzo, Jordan Grace, the Motor City Machine Guns, ABC. You can just go on and name a lot of people. Trey Miguel, Speedball Mike Bailey. I mean, the names can just go on. PCO, exactly. And it's like he had Hard to Kill at the Palms in Las Vegas and literally had the biggest opening gate in over 8 years for TNA.
This man got Kazuchika Okada to come back to TNA.
Exactly. You had Will
Ospreay
in TNA, wrestling in a TNA ring. This man has brought just money to this company. And to see all of his hard work just, I don't want to use the word go to waste because we haven't seen what happens yet. But just go kind of down the tube and you terminate him. I don't get it. And to lie to your employees, you lied and told them that he stepped down from his position when y'all literally terminated this man. You have no respect for the roster
at all. And they ain't gonna have no respect for you. And then I heard something about they won't release them if they ask for the release some shit.
Right. It was I can't think of his name. Tommy Dreamer said at the end of the Zoom call, he said, if you want to be released from your contract, we can talk about that privately. The majority of that TNA roster signed with TNA because of Scott D'Amore, Moose, Jordan Grace, Trey Miguel. I mean, you had Trinity. Now Naomi back in WWE make a tweet and say we don't play about Scott D'Amore. Like that just tells you how this man made this backstage area a family. And
now,
I don't know.
Would you not be surprised if WWE bought TNA in business?
I don't want to see them do that honestly because when they buy it, it's gonna be a fucking video library. TNA doesn't deserve that. I'm happy to see that people are starting to respect TNA more, and they deserve that. They deserve to be respected.
I would be scared if WWE bought TNA
as your star now. But
I wouldn't even trust AEW to buy that shit. Yeah, look what they doing Ring of Honor.
Exactly. It'll be TNA Dark at that point.
Yeah, basically. So TNA. So what happens now? Is PCO gonna be gone? Is I don't what's next?
A lot of people probably gonna request their release. Especially Moose.
Is Jordan Grace going to go back to WWE if she wants to be under contract? Because I feel like she could do that.
Yeah, I know she did recently just signed a contract with TNA. That doesn't mean nothing now with Scott D'Amore being gone. But I am a little nervous and scared to see if some of these folks leave. Moose is a prime example. Moose literally put on Twitter that I need to take a step back and think about this. And I don't think Moose has been on Twitter since the announcement has been, since it was broadcasted.
And this is your world champion. Your world champion.
And Moose, by the way, Moose signed the longest contract in TNA history when he re-signed last year. So I don't know.
It's getting spooky.
because he was
It
super
just
loyal to
sucks,
Scott.
man.
The other thing about it, he was very
It just
loyal.
sucks, man. It just sucks. Because Scott Demore put his heart and soul into that promotion, into
Mhm.
that company, just for some
I wonder how Chelsea
ego,
Green. I wonder how Chelsea Green.
egos.
She was in that company before she went back to WWE.
Not to mention, Scott Demore, TNA. I will still stand by this, had the best women's division in all of wrestling because of Scott Demore. You had
Easily.
Deanna Purrazzo,
Easily.
Trinity,
Deanna
Jordan
Purrazzo
Grace,
versus Trinity.
Marcelo Shaw. It's just Masha Slamovich, all these wonderful women. Conscious
Easily.
skills. I
DK
love.
still a thing. DK still a thing. Tay message like DK is still a thing. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
love Tasha skills. I love Tasha.
One of the best feuds, knockouts feuds in the modern era was Mickey James in the last rodeo. I should say
Yeah,
not feud, but storyline. I mean,
I love that.
that went like 9 months. 9 months
Mhm.
leading up to Hard to Kill in 2023, and Jordan Grace and Mickey James main event at Hard to Kill and stole the entire show. So
That
it's
shit
like,
was on.
Weren't they the main event though? Weren't they
Yeah,
the ones?
yeah, they were the main event. They were the main
yeah.
event. Then you brought Trinity in. She had great matches with Deanna Purrazzo. She had great matches with Giselle Shaw, Alicia Edwards, Jordan Grace. I mean,
Hey,
the list just goes on and on.
hey, we believe in Joe Hendry, right? Do we believe in Joe Hendry?
Right.
I
Right.
love Joe Hendry. That dude is so fun. I love it.
Hey, I always tell him I believe in Joe Hendry. This one says as you should.
Bro, Joe Hendry is so fucking entertaining. I love that.
I like the angle with him and AJ Francis. I like the angle with him. I like the story of what's going on with them now. I like that AJ's having fun in TNA though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. He has a bad stigma around him for whatever the hell reason. But he's actually a genuinely cool ass dude. So I'm just
I'm pretty
happy that he's doing well.
I think he has a bad stigma around him because of his skin color, but I'm gonna just leave it like that.
Oh, trust me, you ain't wrong. You ain't
Don't
wrong,
they
brother.
all?
You ain't
Hey,
wrong.
don't they all? They do that to luchas as well in the company.
Right.
So
Hey, you ain't wrong, brother. You ain't wrong.
yeah. So I have to ask this, guys. Who do you guys will be the women's Money in the Bank in 2024? Because I am rooting for Chelsea Green to be Money in the Bank. I am very on that because I feel like she's getting the reaction that she wants. And honestly, they're really liking her. I'm seeing the pop for her slowly getting there to the point where she's going to get over and she's going to want to be. And you're going to have to push her for some reason.
I would love to see Chelsea Green. I would love to see her. Because, like, of all the Triple H rehires, she's been the most entertaining one, in my opinion. Like, she plays her role so fucking well, and she deserves.
She wants to be a diva. She likes to do the diva role, and she is that. You know, even when Samantha Urban announces her name, you're like, because it's her character. You know, like.
Yeah, I would love to see Chelsea Green hold that Money in the Bank contract. I was a big fan of her in TNA, so they need to pull the trigger on Chelsea Green.
Hey, real ones remember Laura Van Ness. Real ones remember Laura Van Ness.
Yeah, Laura Van Ness. I love that.
Her, Maria, and Allie. That shit was great.
Hey, another one. I also the second one was Zelina Vega. That was the other second option to actually push her to the level.
Yeah, I would love to see that too. That wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, Zelina Vega.
But then some people are just getting you just like her because you think she's attractive. I'm like, huh?
No, Zelina Vega is actually really fucking good. She's actually they let her wrestle.
Yeah, highly underrated. Highly underrated.
Very. So another thing about it is I want Chelsea to win, but the back of my mind is they're going to give it to somebody who's already won a world champion. I don't like that for some reason. I don't know why, but like
no, you're valid. The Money Bank should go to someone who has never been world champion or never been to the top of the mountain.
Yeah.
That's how it should be. That's how we used to be.
So Alexa Bliss, I understand she won Money in the Bank because there was not very much women that you could give the title to because half of them weren't ready. They weren't going to give it to Natty. Sorry, Anthony. I know you like Natty, but it just wasn't going to happen. Like, and another thing is, Anthony, you're going to be a little bit shocked. Nia Jax, her run, I'm kind of impressed.
She been cooking. I give her credit. She been cooking.
Nia Jax been rolling.
She been cooking. I will give her credit.
Yeah.
She even Becky gave her a good match. Becky gave her a really good match, especially Raquel. And the buildup was not that good, but she gave her a good match. I was like, and
Yeah.
like you say all the time, she's not like most girls.
I wouldn't put it past WWE to put a title on her, and I think she needs it and deserves it. So she
Honestly, I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be mad at her because she's been cooking. I'll admit it. She has been cooking.
yeah.
Yeah, but you know how. But you know, would not surprise me is if they get the whole plan thing back together and they give all the titles. They give them all,
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
like let's say Nia Jax wanted to team up with Naomi, right? And you're gonna get the entire NY family that has all the gold now. I don't know why I thought about that, but it's a fantasy book. It's not gonna happen.
That
Trust
would
me.
be
It's
insane.
not.
That
That'd be
would
crazy.
be insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also tell these people all the time, like I tell them, this bloodline, this Samoan dynasty, you're just never gonna see it go away because
Well, because it's like 1,000 of them, so of course.
he said because there's 1,000
Right.
of them.
Right. It's so many. Some of them not even in WWE.
There,
So
everywhere, every day I look, there's a new Uso, there's a new Samoan. Like, bro,
that's the new Uso.
How
there's
many
a
do you
third.
have? Like,
There's a third Uso brother. There's a third
Yeah.
Uso brother. You don't even wrestle.
like they'll say this is Umaga's nephew, and they're like, what? I'm like, how many is there? Like, what's going on? Like,
Right.
But beneath all that, what's the beneath all that? What did you think of the Rumble, Anthony? When you were there, what did you think of the Rumble when you were there?
I enjoyed the Rumble. I enjoyed both. I do believe the women's was a little bit better than the men. But I did enjoy both. Seeing Jordan Grace,
I know
that
I
was a
saw.
moment.
I
That
saw
That
was a
was
moment with
insane.
Jordan Grace.
That was insane.
Yeah, Naomi returning being number 2. That's how you kind of kick off the Rumble with
I was
Naomi.
going through it when the men's happened. I was
Jade
going through it.
Cargill and Nia Jax staring down. Bianca and Jordan Grace having a moment. Like it
That
was,
was so fire.
yeah,
Hey,
it was great.
Remember, I told you when you told me when I wasn't liking Nia Jax, I'm impressed by her, but I'm still not a fan still, but I'm impressed by her performance. But you said she's not like most girls, and I'm just like, well, wait till she meets Jade. I'm just saying this right now. Wait till she meets Jade, and look what happened. And I'm like,
Jade Cargill picked her up with ease.
Easy.
Like a goddamn baby.
Like, she's like the second person to pick her up off of her feet.
Yeah,
the first one. Just to be
Yeah.
clear, guys, she's the first one to pick up her. I think probably might be able to pick her up. I think she's strong enough to pick up.
Bianca can definitely do it. Bianca can definitely do it.
If Bianca can do the KO to her,
Bianca picked up Otis on her shoulders. She can pick up.
and marched around the ring. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And also, this Bianca Belair hate, can you guys knock it off? Can you knock
We
it
know
off?
why they hate her. We know why they hate her. So
She's better than
one
half of your
reason.
guys' favorites. She's better than half of your guys' favorites.
There's one reason why people hate her, and we all know the reason.
We all know the reason.
I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it.
I ain't gonna say it either.
We know the reason.
I'm just like this. I'm like, what? You don't like black women to be successful? Like, what's going on here? Like, what do you mean by that? Like, that's what I'm.
We know the reason.
Hey, and that's why people give me crap for not liking Cody. Like, what? You don't like a black man to be successful? I was like, he ended racism. I'm like, no, I don't like this guy. What do you mean? Get him away from me.
Why you gonna hate on a black man song? You gonna hate on a black man during Black History Month? Come on, song.
Roman's dating a black woman, so we
well,
win.
Woman ain't black. He's Samoan. That's different.
He's Samoan, but does he not steal all the black women though? Do the Samoans not steal all the black women though?
Samoans do have some fine ass.
Yeah, for some reason, Anthony, they think Samoans they know how to snatch a woman. Like,
have you look at all of them? Look at all of them. They have some fine ass.
They do.
Yeah.
All of them.
Well, guys, this has been fun, but I'm gonna end it here today because I know everyone's got stuff to do. Anthony, shout out to your folks, and you said it's their birthday, correct?
Yes.
Happy birthday.
Shout out to them. Shout out to the fam. Happy birthday to them. God bless them. You know, God is good. You know. If you guys want to shout your social medias, go for it.
Yeah, y'all already know where to find me. NBA Tail 2 Follow on TikTok, NBA TikTok Wrestling. My name Deontay McCord on YouTube. Watch the Memory Lane podcast. So much fun. And yeah.
And you can find me on TikTok under Ringsider Anthony, and every Thursday again on the Wrestling for Life Network for the TNA Impact coverage.
Well, this has been talking to you guys, Anthony. It's a pleasure talking to you on my show because I've never had you on a podcast. I haven't
That
had
is true.
since OTV. I haven't seen you since you went on like OTV, maybe like 2 or 3 episodes, maybe. I haven't seen you since then. But I was like, I gotta have my guy Anthony. Also, I haven't seen you since since August. So I was like, I need to talk to my guy. Like, but I was like, otherwise, to come to Atlanta. But you're telling me turn around.
Don't come.
Just don't go to Atlanta. Come. Do not.
Don't come here. No. Don't come here. Stay far away.
But this has been Wrestling Talk Universal. We are signing off. You guys have a good day. And
yeet.
We will see you soon. Peace. Yeet. Yeet. Thank you.